This video is made for adult collectors because 2024 is almost over. It's definitely been one of the years of all time.
Oh, I've made this difficult. I'm too tall for this. I am actually too tall for this. This is too low. Hi, I'm in front of the camera. I figured we'd do something a little bit different, seeing as my glasses are a mess and I can't actually see. Hang on. So everyone does like a top 10, top 24, whatever, of the year for Transformers, and there's quite a few Transformers on this table. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. So my friend Callie and I, hi Callie, we like watching cell phone reviews like MKBHD and Linus and all that. I don't watch them as much anymore, and every year they do like a smartphone awards thing where they have all the smartphones on the table and they do that. He brought up the idea of why don't I do that format, but with Transformers instead. So we're doing this sort of off the cuff. There's no fancy audio things or whatever because that's too expensive. So hopefully either my phone, or my camera with microphone and stuff, I can make it work better. So everything on this table is stuff that came out this year. Nothing in this video is going to be stuff that I bought that didn't come out this year. It's all going to be this year stuff. And this isn't everything that came out this year on the table, obviously. It is also not everything this year that I own that's come out. There are stuff that I have sold. There is stuff that I just don't have because it's on the shelves behind you or above me is the leader class shelf. Yeah, there's some stuff here and there's a couple of categories. Everything is subjective, all right? It is completely and totally my opinion. If yours differs, that's great. In the description, I will put every single category in text so that it's easy for you to copy and paste it into the comments so you can put your own picks in there. I'd love to see what your picks are. So what I've done is I've broken this down into size classes, then exclusives and collabs and third party and all that. So we're gonna start with the size classes, going with what I think was the best core class to come out of this year. And there weren't a ton, and obviously I don't have Starscream yet, little Bumblebee movie Starscream. Also, this is everything that I got before December 1st. Of all the cores that I got this year, and I think I pretty much got all the new molds for cores, the one that I'm picking is definitely Mohawk. Mohawk is insanely good, and it's got a 5mm head, so you could, like, customizers can go nuts with this thing as well. It's just such a fun little thing, and I think it's my favorite bike former they've ever made because of how compact and easy it is to transform. I dig this figure. But as a runner-up, because he was also very good, is Tasmania Kid. I really like Tasmania Kid. He's the one that, other than Mohawk, that I've messed with the most. He's been on and off my desk. He's very nice. I like Tasmania Kid. Also, I know those cell phone people always make like awards and stuff, like physical copies. That's expensive. I'm not doing that. So now we go to best deluxe class of the year. And I think the deluxes are probably the ones they make the most of. So there were quite a lot of deluxes. There were some I didn't get this year. There are some I don't have anymore. But I think the best deluxe for me to come out this year is G1 Universe Optimus Prime. This thing, it's just missing Link but cheaper. And I adore this. This is something that I think most Transformers fans have wanted for a very, very long time. Just like missing Link Optimus. But he's so much more affordable and easy to get. Like, there are so many of these at my Walmart. Well, there aren't anymore. But there were so many of these at my Walmart. So I think that this is probably the best deluxe that has come out this year. Runner-up to that would be Transformers 1 Deluxe Megatron. This is probably my second pick because he has not left my desk, actually. Ever since I made his video, he's been basically just lying there on my desk so I can mess with him. He's solid, he's fun. I was expecting it to be like Optimus, but it was a lot better than Optimus, so I pick him. Now we get on to Voyagers, and there were quite a lot of Voyagers that came out this year as well. There's usually 2 per wave, but like there were still a lot, so it was still hard to pick. But I think, despite its biggest flaw, I think the one that I'm picking for best Voyager of the year, whoa, if I don't drop him, is Bumblebee movie Shockwave. This figure, it doesn't have a bicep swivel. Other than that, it's pretty much perfect. It does everything I want it to do, and it feels solid. It's huge. Like, it's the same height as you can't see him. There he is. It's like the same height as Concept Megatron, but he's a Voyager price. It's very nice. It's the feel and the way this works, I think, that wins it for me. I think Sam and Co did an amazing job on this figure. Runner-up Voyager, though, because A, my childhood nostalgia, and B, he's just friggin' good, is Cybertron Starscream from Legacy. And this thing poses and feels so great. The alt mode's awesome. It's Cybertron Starscream, but highly articulated at an affordable price, and that's why he's my second pick for Best Voyager of the Year. Now we move on to Best Leader class. And leaders are bigger ticket items, so there weren't a lot of them. Well, there's a lot of them, but there weren't as many as the other two. So it was a little bit easier to pick. I didn't get all of them, and a lot of them, at least in Generations, were redecos or retools. Or package refreshes, like Soundwave, you got Galvatron. Sandstorm was good, but Sandstorm, my chest, everything I tried, nothing's worked on mine. But speaking of Autobot triple changers, my favorite leader class for this year goes to 86 Springer. It's a huge improvement over the original Voyager, and everything sort of works a lot better for me here, as well as the colors, the iconic hammer. But if you look at it, the changes look subtle. It's not until you start messing with it that you notice the changes more, and it's a lot more fun than that original toy, and I find myself consistently flipping this back and forth so much. He's great. The runner-up for Leader of the Year, that goes to Swoop. He's just the best of the 86 Dinobots for me. It's Swoop. Swoop is great. He's the one that I've been the most anticipating of the Dinobots since they were like, oh, we're doing 86 Dinobots. I was like, oh, how are they going to do Swoop? And I think they nailed it. They nailed this thing. It's awesome. Now we get on to the weird categories because there's only been 2 Commanders and 1 Titan this year. So of the 2 Commanders, my favorite, this is no surprise, is 86 Optimus Prime. Because he's just the best Generations interpretation of Optimus Prime I think you're going to get. If you want a G1 Optimus and you don't want to spend Masterpiece or third-party money, this is the way to go. And also, considering it's the holiday season now, you'll probably be able to find this on sale. So I think it's a worthy pickup. Second place obviously goes to, where is he? Magmatron. He's over there on top of the shelf. I couldn't lay him on the table because of his tail. So Magmatron obviously gets second, but Magmatron is still quite good. I would highly recommend buying either or both of them. But then, because there's only 1 Titan that came out this year, I can only really give the Best Titan award to Tidal Wave. But even if there was more than one, he'd probably still get it because he's absolutely superb. I still need to get the toy hacks. I just haven't yet. I need to get them. But he's my second favorite Titan class toy ever made. He's awesome. Metroplex is still first, but you know, Tidal Wave is second. Now we're going to do a different category because there's 2 big main lines for kids and collectors that Hasbro makes. I'm not going to be touching on Earthspark toys or the TF1 mainline stuff because that's more of like a kids line first and foremost, and I bought stuff from that, but like that's not really my thing. I'm not the target market. I'm the target market for this. So of the best Studio Series and Legacy toys is what I'm going to be picking next. So we'll start with Studio Series. And it should be no surprise that the winner of Best Studio Series Figure of the Year for me is friggin' 86 Optimus Prime. It's self-explanatory. But my second favorite Studio Series figure was almost Concept Art Megatron. But it got beaten out a little bit by Springer. I would have picked either Concept Megatron or Swoop, but Springer to me is the one I've had the most enjoyment with, which is why I'm making him the runner-up for Best Studio Series Toy of the Year. Notice they're both 86 figures. I went to go get it and now I gotta not step on my laptop. Oh, I went to go fish him out because I need him for this, I realized. But my favorite Legacy toy of this year, the best Legacy toy I think, was Magmatron. Because who the hell thought we were gonna get a Magmatron? And not only that, who the hell realized he was gonna be this good? Granted, I do have my issues with it still. Like, I don't like how the freaking rubber sticks to itself. But like, he's so well done. He feels great. The Giganotosaurus is probably the best dinosaur mode we've gotten on a Transformer, in my opinion anyways, from official like producers. So like, this is great. But then runner-up goes to, it's Tidal Wave again. He's the runner-up for best Legacy figure. Now this one's a bit more interesting because I didn't buy every third-party toy that came out this year. Obviously, I'm not made of money. And every third-party figure this year that I didn't buy at TFCon, I got from TF Safari. Thank you. Not sponsored in this video, but thank you. But I did get a few third-party toys this year. And so this award is, again, everything is subjective, but this is very subjective because there were a lot of really cool third-party toys that I just didn't get. But the winner for that, for me, is definitely going to him. Lucky Cat, Rise of the Beast, Optimus Prime. Because, look at it. It looks so good. The arm transformation's a bit eh. But like, and the truck mode's a bit eh. But if I'm willing to overlook this and almost include him on the list, I think I'm willing to overlook the same problems for this thing because he just looks very, very nice. I gotta stop looking at the viewfinder. He's very, very nice. This thing feels great, it poses great, it looks great. I love it. My runner-up for best third-party toy of the year, he's in leg mode because this is how I've been displaying him, is Magic Square Brawl. Because whoever thought we'd get a posable Brawl? There were also quite a few non-transforming Transformers toys that came out this year. Quite a lot, actually. And again, I didn't buy all of them. I pretty much stayed away from the 3.0 DLX scene because in Canada, they're like $350 to $400. Though I have pre-ordered Lockdown. He's going to be my first. I did get a lot of YOLO Park, got a lot of Blockies, and there's a few non-transforming Transformers figures that are third party that I got as well. But I think the best one to come out this year is definitely YOLO Park's Last Night Nemesis / Optimus Prime, because this is $56 before shipping and taxes. And look at how nice I'm holding a CGI model, which is outstanding. And then the runner-up for that, even though this is technically just a redeco of a toy that came out previously, is the TFCon exclusive 40th anniversary 3.0 MDLX Optimus Prime, because he's great. I didn't get Bumblebee. I probably will. I do have Megatron, and I like everything about him except his hip skirts pop off all the time, which is why Optimus beats Megatron. And then there were a couple of collaborations this year. They do collabs every year with other brands, and they've been getting better and better and better, and I really like how they've been improving. You're able to watch the journey and see the improvements. It's great. And they kind of thought outside of the box this year. First of all, we got a collab we've always wanted with Ninja Turtles, which was awesome. They finally did the Knight Rider one. I know people have been asking so much for that. And they improved and fixed most of the G.I. Joe issues. So my favorite collaboration figure of this year is Agent Knight Rider. This, because that's a modern day Transformer with lights and sounds for collector market. That's awesome. He also poses great. He looks great. He turns into a very nice looking car. I dig this. And then the runner up, it should be no surprise, he's in vehicle mode just so that he fits on the table, is G.I. Joe Cup. Rumble Frenzy, the blue fucker is in there. But yeah, they fixed so many of my issues with the G.I. Joe toys on this that I think this is superb. Now we go into exclusives. So there are two categories for this. I can't speak English. Best exclusive and best Takara exclusive. So Hasbro and Takara. Because, you know, a lot of import stuff came out this year. And a lot of import stuff came out that was available in North America through Hasbro Pulse or other stores. And then a lot of Hasbro exclusives. So there were quite a few exclusive lines. But I think the one that I enjoyed the most was the comic line. Thank you, Knight Rider. And of the comic line, the best exclusive, I think, is Straxus. Legacy Leader Straxus. He is a ton of fun. It's the best use of the Galvatron mold, in my opinion. I think he's solid, he's chunky, he's great. He wins my best exclusive of the year from Hasbro. However, I think of the, they made a lot of exclusives this year. So the runner-up is going to be a tie between these two packs. So the GoBot pack and the Cliff Jumper Dies pack. These are the representatives. I think these two are really good bang for your bucks because they're multi-packs, so they're obviously cheaper than buying the 3, 4 figures individually, but you get some really cool molds out of them. And then best Takara exclusive of this year, there were quite a few. I didn't get every single one because, you know, importing them is expensive, but I mean, obviously it's going to Missing Link Optimus Prime. Again, we've been asking for something like this for years and they made it. And you have two options now. You got a cheap one or you got a novelty collector high-end one. The prices reflect that, but he's really fun. And then the runner-up for that for me is Lunar Cruiser Optimus Prime, because I never thought a Toyota Lunar Cruiser collaboration would be this articulated and this involved and this intense, but it's a lot of fun. Great head sculpt, great figure. Mine's a little loose in the arm, but I can fix that. He just is overall very, very nice and solid. Then there's best masterpiece. Again, I didn't buy every masterpiece that came out this year, and I sold most of my masterpieces because I wanted to focus more on buying generation stuff because I do this for work and I collect it, I enjoy it, but I also do it for work. And I spend a lot of money on this stuff because Hasbro, for some reason, doesn't have an influencer program, so they don't send this stuff out to any of us. They do very, very occasionally, but to very specific people, and so it becomes expensive, and so I stopped buying masterpieces because it was very expensive. There are still a few I will get, like MPMs, and so my favorite masterpiece of this year is MPM Brawl, because, again, I think the team knocked it out of the park with this thing. He's the most accurate looking MPM, I think, anyways, and he's the most fun because you can transform it back and forth. The only thing that stops me from absolutely adoring this is the little paint chips that happen right here, because these bits rub up against here. That's the only problem I have with it. Everything else I think is fantastic on this. My runner-up for best masterpiece is Hoist, who I don't have anymore, but I liked Hoist. And then I'm just gonna quickly slip in, because I didn't just buy Transformers this year. Have some variety in your collection. I think that's a healthy thing. Best non-Transformers action figure I bought this year is the friggin' Spin Master Aloy, because I wasn't expecting this to be as articulated as it is. She has posable hair. Like, I can see why this costs as much as it does. She comes with so much and she looks great. She poses great. I love the Horizon games, so I had to get this. And then runner-up's the friggin' reissue of Marvel Legends movie Venom, because he's just fantastic. And then the final category of this year, before my camera battery dies, is Best Transformers 1 toy, because we got a big, good, amazing new movie that came out this year. I really hope it gets a sequel, please. But there were a lot of Transformers 1 toys to come out, obviously, because there was a movie. And I think the best one, to me, goes to this idiot right here. The Takara Leader Class Optimus Prime, because it's a big, chunky leader class of this movie, and I love it. I really wish they'd do more than just one. I want a bad guy for this to fight, please. And then the runner-up to that, obviously, would be Studio Series Megatron, because I've already said, I like this thing quite a bit. Battery died, so I had to change it. But yeah, those are my picks for each one of those awards of the year. If this video does well, I'll do another one next year. Maybe I'll actually make awards, who knows? But the cutoff being December 1st does make that difficult, because then I gotta go get someone to make them and then come back, because I'm not very good at crafting things. Well, I can, but I don't have the materials. Again, I'd love to hear what your selections are in the comments below, because that would be very interesting to see what different opinions people have and stuff. Because, like, there were a lot of really good toys that came out this year. Like, a lot of really good ones. As a Transformers fan, we are spoiled. We are spoiled. Because you can buy Gears for the same price, not the same price as this particular figure, but it's the same price as a Marvel Legend. You get a really nice sculpted, posable action figure here. But here, you get a really nice sculpted, posable action figure that's also a puzzle and also a vehicle. So, like, the bang for your buck is insane. And the fact that we're getting figures this solid consistently is where we're so spoiled. It's great. But there were so many good figures that came out this year. There were not a lot of terrible ones. Well, there's a few I can think of off the top of my head, like the third-party, what is that, knockoff of New Age Mista. That was awful. That's all I can think of at the moment. I'm looking at my shelves to see if I can see anything. But no, I think there was quite a few good stuff that came out. A lot of great exclusive sublines. A lot of stuff that was actually more readily available than last year, which is great. I see people now finding Filch quite a bit in retail, which is good. There's a great and easy way to get Tarn. Plus he's getting a package refresh. And like we got Cannonball finally. Like, what? Straxus got a toy. Freaking Flame and Zaron got toys. They all got toys before Nitro Zeus, but you know what? I'm not gonna cry about it. I'd buy 5. I will buy 5 if you make one, okay? But yeah, that's been my Transformers Toy Awards, in air quotes. This is not an official thing. It's just me being fun and doing something that I thought was neat. Well, that my buddy thought was neat, actually. But yeah, again, I'm terrible at exiting things that are in front of the camera. So I'm going to go and get out of this really warm sweater and away from these really warm lights and go reheat my pizza.